this video, we will look at the importance of a business plan. We have already looked at what a business plan is and what it is likely to contain, but why write a business plan? The answer to this question is simple. A business plan is a blueprint for, well, your business. If you wanted to build yourself a house, you wouldn't just pick an empty field and start placing bricks randomly around. It would be too risky. How are you ever going to end up with your new house? The same is true when it comes to building a business. Not only should you create your business plan, your blueprint, before you start, but you should constantly go back to it time and time again. The business plan for any business will change over time. The circumstances will change, so the plan needs to change. A business might grow and therefore need to come up with a new plan for expansion, or a business might decide to launch a new product, something different to what they usually sell. They are going to need a new plan. It's difficult to really fully explain how critical your business plan really is. And sadly, those entrepreneurs who did not understand this have likely already failed. Before we begin to look at the reasons a business plan is so important, let's introduce this video's main example. This is Dave, who owns and operates Jenkin's Butchers. Jenkin's is a family business and has been around for over 40 years and is very established within the local community. Although Jenkin's might be a little more expensive than the major supermarkets, many locals still visit Dave just like their parents and even grandparents did in the past. They know at Jenkin's they will get a personalised service. Unfortunately, due to the COVID pandemic, Jenkin's noticed a large decline in sales during April 2020. Dave believed the decline in sales was directly related to his customers' apprehension to leave their homes and that many were doing all their shopping online. In the light of this difficult situation, Dave decided to begin to pack up meat hamper boxes which would be delivered to local residents who would normally visit the store. Dave is not setting up a new business. Jenkin's is a family butcher that has been around for decades, but he is delivering a different product, in a different way, and under different conditions. Dave isn't sure he has ever seen the family business plan before. He's pretty sure there is one somewhere, but it's probably hidden under years of dust. So he decided to go back to the drawing board and start a new plan from scratch. So, let's think about the reasons that creating or going back to your business plan is so important. To all the teachers out there, show all of these videos without any ads and gain access to our growing library of over 500 teaching worksheets. Why not visit BizzWizard.co.uk to find out more? Firstly, a business plan lets you kind of practice your business idea. Writing this document is the best way, other than going out and actually doing it, to test whether an idea for starting a business is actually a good one. By going through the process of creating each section of this document, you will work out, along the way, if there are any major holes in your plan. Unfortunately, many budding entrepreneurs are so convinced that their idea for a product or service is going to be the next best thing that they don't take the time to do the necessary research and work through a proper business plan. The more you know about your market, your potential customers, and the competition, the greater the likelihood that your business will succeed. Dave sat down and started working through each section of the plan. As he thought everything over, he started to realise that his new plan of offering meat hampers delivered to potential customers was pretty solid. As he completed the finance section, his calculations showed that if the new idea worked, there would be plenty of revenue to be made, and this could keep the business going through the pandemic. Bring this video and over 100 more to life with fun, interactive games, quizzes, and case studies. Why not try the first 25 completely free by visiting BizzWizard.co.uk. The next important reason for completing the business planning process is to reduce the risk of failure. It is never possible to eliminate the risks involved in running a business, but a plan is really going to help. Writing this document will ensure that you pay attention to all of the operational and financial aims of your business. This process will ultimately make for a much smoother launch or even change to your original plan. It should also mean fewer unforeseen problems as you move forward. The exercise of looking at the finance and market research section of your business plan will help you define your target market, your unique selling point, the best pricing strategy, and outline how you intend to sell and even deliver your products to the customers. This process is really going to give Dave and Jenkin's Butchers the best possible chance of success, and the process is giving him the opportunity to think through everything involved in changing their operations. Whilst working through the creation of this document, he has been able to consider exactly what equipment and resources they will need to produce, package, and deliver their meat hampers. Dave has identified that they would need to purchase some additional equipment, including packaging materials and an additional delivery van to make these changes. He then set about ensuring that the business had these resources. Each of the video courses over at BizzWizard.co.uk also includes an interactive business case study that applies the knowledge learnt to a real-world scenario. There are over 1,000 multiple-choice questions, each with detailed feedback, which tests students' understanding of the content. Why not visit BizzWizard.co.uk to find out more? Next up on our list of reasons that your business plan is so important is that it allows a business to secure the necessary finance. Most new businesses need startup capital, cash, to get off the ground. Without a well-developed business plan, there is really no chance of getting a loan from banks or raising finance from investors. This isn't just necessarily new businesses though. Established businesses will also often need to raise finance to do things such as buy new equipment or rent new property. Having an up-to-date business plan gives the entrepreneur a much better chance of getting the money they need to get started, keep operating, or even to expand. Banks are always looking at the risk of you not being able to pay. The best way to convince them that this is not going to happen is to make sure the business plan is fully detailed and shows them how successful you can be. In the case of Jenkin's, a well-established and successful business, they did not require any additional finance to make the proposed changes. It was certainly going to take some extra cash to make this change, but Dave planned to use what we call retained profit. This just means profit left over from previous successful years kept back for a time just like this. Next up, completing a comprehensive business plan will simply make the daily management of the business much easier. This is another important reason for going through this process. Constantly reviewing your existing business plan can also help you see what goals have already been accomplished, what changes need to be made, or what new directions your business should take as you try to be dynamic and respond to external influences. Your plan can be used on a daily basis. It can be shared with everybody involved in the successful running of your business. Everybody will know what they need to do to help the business achieve its aims and objectives. Dave plans on sharing this document with all of his staff and checking the plan every week to see if anything needs changing. The final important reason we will examine for creating a business plan is to attract investors. If you are planning on getting anybody to invest in your business, even family and friends, they will likely expect to see a really detailed business plan. You could create a presentation that may get their interest, but every one of them will need a well-written document they can study before they'll be prepared to give you any of their hard-earned cash. You should always be prepared to have your business plan checked, pulled apart, and even criticised. Almost any investors will likely want to conduct extensive background checks and their own research to be certain that what's written in your business plan is actually the truth. So, that about sums it up. A business plan is important. It's really, really important. For both new and existing businesses, creating a thorough business plan document should allow them to successfully identify the staff, resources, and finance that they need to grow. I am pleased to say that Dave and his shiny new business plan were successful. They delivered thousands of meat hampers to local residents during the national lockdown, and this really was what saved the business and kept them going through such a difficult time. Always remember though, even the very best business plan will not completely remove the risk of your business failing. Nothing will ever remove the risks completely, but it will, without a doubt, improve your chances of success. This has been the BizzWizard. See you in the next video.